Marcus and Papa Pope for the read. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. Scandal Season 7, Episode 16, Standing in the Sun. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. Scandal was a pretty good episode. I see they making Jake the villain for the last episode. We'll talk about it at the end, but let's go ahead and get into it. We start off with Liv waking up with Fit. No, they spent the night together on the last episode, and they're talking about the presidential portrait that's going up with Fit. They get interrupted because Liv has to go meet with Millie and her lawyer because Millie is testifying that day. Then we see old girl we ain't seen in a long time. Hey, Sally. Sally Langston is on the Liberty Report, True Lovers of Liberty. She's talking about, you know, this case that's impending against Millie and how basically trying to say that Millie assassinated Cyrus. And they're going to give us a little plot point too, y'all, in this episode. If you notice, she kind of let us know why. Because I'm like, why would Millie want to kill Cyrus? But they told us that. Millie and Liv and her lawyer meet. And basically her lawyer is telling her just plead the fifth. Anytime you have a problem, just plead the fifth. Liv is like, don't plead the fifth. You're going to look like you lying, girl. Do not plead the fifth. The truth is your armor. Well, when she goes out to go to the meeting, she passes in the hallway. She passes Cyrus in the hallway. And Cyrus is like, oh my God, girl, you got your hair done. You look so cute. He is so shady, okay? Like, I almost love it because Cyrus has really stepped into full villain. And I'm here for the shit. When he got her a little bit, I was like, that shit was funny to me. At this same time, Marcus is walking through the courtyard somewhere in DC or down on the the walk down there. He passes by one of his colleagues and the girl, and he asked her what happened on the Judiciary Committee or something like that meeting, and she was like, just be glad that you don't work for the White House no more. He immediately knew what was about to happen. He runs to the White House and tells them that Millie is about to get slammed. And then we see Millie in there testifying, and Lonnie starts asking her questions about Rashad. He asked her about Charlie and all his different aliases. I mean, they put all Charlie business on Front Street. Do you know she worked for Liv? Yes, I know she worked for Liv. Me and Miss Pope work intimately, X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, do you know that I'm not exactly sure what he said about, what did he say about Charlie? Basically, he tied Charlie into the assassination of President Rashad, saying that, did you order Olivia to kill President Rashad? And she's like, what are you talking about? And then he shows a video that Jake has given them in the Oval Office of Liv and Millie talking about Rashad, where she was saying, no, I don't want to know no details. I just want you to do it, handle it, or whatever. Now, she wasn't talking about that. That wasn't a conversation at the time, but he done chopped it and screwed it, child. So now it sounds like she wanted Rashad killed, and we all know she wanted to lay up with Rashad. She did not want him killed, okay? No, after this, Millie is shook, so she just pleads the fifth, and Liv got to testify now, so now we got a big problem. Everybody goes back to the Oval Office, and Millie is just ranting and raving and basically pointing at Jake, telling him, you messed up for doing this or whatever. Are you happy that all this is happening? And they talking about how they can get out of it, and basically Liv tells them that he have them up against the ropes. There's nothing that they can really do because everything that they can implicate Jake in is going to blow back on one of them in some type of way. They all connected. At the same time, Lonnie goes to Cyrus about Jake. He says something not right. I know what I signed up for. I know I signed up to be doing high treason, okay, and fucking with the government and taking out a president illegally. Like, I knew that. But, like, what is Jake in this for, girl? He is crazy, girl. I need you to handle that. Talk to your friends. So we back at QPA, and, you know, they basically arguing about whether or not Liv should have just went on ahead and killed Cyrus on the last episode, and Sally Langston shows up. She basically says she will pay them some money, you know, if they come on their show and talk about Liv or whatever, and she leaves her car. So Liv goes home, and Jake is at her house, and he gives his child, Jake is tired, girl. We are tired of Jake. And we are ready for Jake to die because he goes to Liv and he has some sand, y'all. Some damn sand. He done kept from the beach where they was standing in the sun, and he tell her that he wasn't never happy. I feel bad for him a little bit because he got low self-esteem like a mug because he kept saying the trash I came from. It's like, I mean, get it together. Like, Jake, but you know, at the same time, I don't feel bad for him because, boy, you out here killing everybody. It's just too much. Like, it's too much because you a guilty lover. I can't. So he said he was happy with her that one time, basically letting her know, like, I will never be the man that I was when we were standing on the beach. You have totally turned me against you. We could never go back from this place. That's what this whole speech is about. So he gives her the little, you know, the sand and the little thing or whatever. She tell him he don't want it, and he said, that's how you treat me. As long as I was getting your bags and doing this and that for you, you know, it was all good. But as soon as I stopped doing that, I was trash to you. When you starve a dog long enough, he'll eat your ass up. So, bitch, you gonna get out there tomorrow. This what you gonna say. You gonna say Millie told you to do that, okay? Because if you don't, I'm a fake like I'm gonna kill you, but I'm not actually gonna kill you because I can't really stand up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bye, Jay. Because when she walked in the apartment, she was like, am I supposed to be scared of you? Like, Jake, they just be playing you. I can't. So we at QPA and they can't find no evidence to incriminate Cyrus because they're talking about, everything they do once again is going to blow back to them. All roads lead back to B16 or back to Olivia. So then we see Rowan watching the news. So we know that Rowan is going to come in. Because I was like, where is Papa Pope coming in to save his child? Y'all know he loves his child. So where is he going to be? So Papa Pope is watching the news. So we know something about to shake. It's time for Liv to testify. So she goes to the African American Museum and sits down and contemplates. And we get a nice montage of history through, all the old scenes, some scandal, how truth is your armor and how everyone deserves to be saved. All the pep talk she done got from all the different people about who she is and what she should be doing, and she should be fighting for the right and the truth and the republic and patriotism and all this shit here. We're figuring out that Rowan is a necessary evil. She's a necessary good. They basically, this is what they're doing for us, right? So she goes in to come and testify. Lonnie go in. He start asking her, did Millie tell you to assassinate President Rashad? And they paused. My blood pressure was high, y'all, at this point, okay? So she starts saying, what she said, y'all? Oh, she said, well, what make you think he was assassinated? Do you have any evidence? Okay, well, evidence is evidence. That don't mean it's proof. You know what I'm saying? And so she started going back and forth, and I was like, yes, Liv, yes, girl, yes. And then he was like, well, did she order it? She was like, no, she didn't order it. I ordered it. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know I was about to spill all the tea, Liv. Liv said, I did it. I was head commander of an organization called B613. And she told, they in the pool right now, okay? We was out here killing people. We controlled the White House, baby. And I was over them. So I ordered it. I did it. And what? Who gonna check me, boo? At this point, Lonnie is shook. Okay, he don't know what to do. He like, what the hell going on? We need to go on the recess, child. So he go out in the hallway. He see Jake in the hallway. He like, man, what's behind this little tarp right here? Okay, and he go in there, he see all the evidence or whatever. So he like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't lying. So later on, Lonnie confronts Jake and tell him, because he has some investigators going to the area to find all the stuff and take it out. And the investigators like, everything is gone. They took everything away from the pool area. So he confronts Jake and is like, we're going to find out what happened. And Jake is like, listen, you in way over your head. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about yourself. All this shit about to be gone. You need to make Olivia testimony disappear and make sure you give me that transcript too, alright? So Liv finally goes back to the crew and tells everybody that she just think they all need to tell the truth. If you think about it, we need to rid the system, give the government back to the people. Yes, it's a big risk. Yes, we might all go to prison. Yes, we might all get the death penalty. But we should still tell the truth because we are not the heroes in this story. We are the villains in this story. And we need to do right. If we're going to do one thing, we need to do right. And Fitz, in his typical selfish fashion, he's worried about his legacy like we saw at the beginning. He worried about his presidential photo and all that shit and his history and all that with his family. Child, your family is trash, Fitz. Your daddy is a drunk rapist. You a drunk. I don't understand. Listen. Anyway, he said, his legacy, everything they work for, they're not going to be able to do anything good for the country. She was like, yes, it might backfire, but yes, basically we're the villains and, we got to give it back to the people. Maybe the people will, take their government back and, blah, blah, blah. So nobody don't want to do that shit. And Olivia's like, I'm going to make sure the truth come out, whether you like it or not. And after it come out, I can't protect y'all. So at this point, I'm like, Liv, you better watch your back, bitch, because they're going to kill you, girl. Okay, you was in danger, Liv. You in danger, girl. After Liv tells QPA what's going on, they start trying to find evidence, about B613 to expose him. They can't find any information, and Quinn comes up with an idea that they need to go to Sally Langston. So they go to Sally. Sally said, listen, I ain't got no problem put your story on my show because my lovers of liberty, they will eat this shit up. But, girl, I need the truth, girl. I need some proof. She go back to find her some proof. The way Sally Langston be talking to people like she ain't killed her husband, like, I just don't understand it. Can somebody explain that to me in the comments? Why she be so sporty with people? And, girl, you killed your whole husband, girl. Bye. So Marcus and Millie are together, and Millie is basically doing her typical whining about the whole situation. And Marcus just basically was like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, you surround yourself with murderers, criminals, thieves, and all type of stuff, and now you surprised that one of y'all is gonna actually get caught for the shit you be doing. Like, girl, bye. You sitting up here whining about a situation that you created. Marcus is us for the last 7 seasons. Marcus told her basically what we want to tell. Girl, shut up. You wanted to be president. You want to protect your legacy. You ain't worried about the country. He said if you was worried about the country, you wouldn't have no problem with this. If you cared about the country, girl, you don't care about the country. This is about yourself, girl. Okay? So that was a read for Marcus. He came through with that one. So he actually do have a purpose to be on this show. Jake goes to Papa Pope for a pat on the back. And basically, you know, like a little boy, child, I'm head of command. You know, well, Olivia was a casualty. She's not good for the Republic, and we need to do what's good for the Republic. And Papa Pope was like, boy, little boy, this what you came over here for me to tell you, you know, good job, and you did great, and you don't have no damn power, okay? Like, you don't never have no power. Like, I am lonely, tough. Like, you cannot take command. Like, how many times I got to tell y'all that? You cannot take command. Okay, I am still command. I have always been command. You don't have no power, baby, but I'm gonna appease you, okay? So he got up and was like, oh, you know, you did such a great job. Atta boy. He started clapping for me and everything. I was like, oh, shit, Papa Pope, don't do this because he gonna kill Papa Pope. Much like the scene when Olivia's mom did the same thing to Olivia. So it seems like these relationships, their relationships sort of parallel in that way, that Olivia always want a mother figure from her mother, and she can't get that, and Jake looks at Papa Pope like his father, like his real father. Jake pulled a gun on him and was like, bitch, I'll bust you in the cap. I shoot ya. Papa Pope was like, boy, you ain't gonna shoot me. Like, he didn't even flinch. He was like, boy, you ain't gonna do nothing. You not gonna do nothing because you a bitch. Like, how many times I gotta say, listen, I am power. If you had power, you wouldn't have to tell me you had power. You would just have the damn power. You feel me? So you ain't got no power, little boy. Put that gun down. He put the gun down. And he said, just stay out of my way, Jake. Goodbye, Jake. Fitz is walking around the White House looking at the presidential portraits, and his is about to be unveiled. And I guess he was probably just thinking about his legacy and, you know, how everything is going to turn out with the situation. And he ends up with Liv in the office, and they sitting down talking. He said, well, at least now we know how the story ends, that we do something good for the country. You know, instead of doing all that fuckery they've been doing for 7 seasons, child. At QPA, Huck, Quinn, and Abby cannot find any evidence to prove that there is a B613. They have looked up and down, high and low, and they decide that they all gonna come together and be witnesses. So they go to Olivia and to tell her, and Olivia's like, no, don't do this. You know, I'm going to protect y'all from what's going to happen. They say, no, we told you we was going to follow you off a cliff, girl. You are the gladiator, honey. We going to follow you off the cliff, and we going to all just tell the truth because I did this, I know this, and I've been here. So, boom. They decide they're going to ride with her all the way to the end, y'all. I just don't know how it's going to turn out. So, we're going to see what's going to happen with it. Liv goes to Millie and tells her, listen, you can still deny everything that happened. You know, you can deny it. I can try to save you from the blowback or whatever. And Millie is like, no, my biggest mistake was I didn't listen to you in the first place. I should have listened to you. And, you know, I'm okay with this being the last thing that we ever do together. So they decide they're going to go ahead and tell the truth. So Sally Langston hits the news, honey, and says that there's a top secret organization, honey, that's running the government, and she is down for Millie because Millie is getting framed, honey, by this secret organization, B613, honey, and the people was shook. Cyrus was shook. Jake was shook. Lonnie was shook. Baby, everybody was shook. And Liv just walked up to Millie and said, here we go. I don't know how it's going to end, y'all. Like, it's so unpredictable about how this show is going to end. Are they all going to go to jail? Are they all going to die? Like, what is going to happen? Okay, what is going to happen, y'all? So, I kind of wish that they wouldn't have did Jake like this a little bit because although he get on my nerves, I always thought Jake deep down was a good person. Like, he always was the one that was fighting Fine Liv, and that was, you know, so it's kind of messed up they let him go out like this, but it makes sense. I mean, if you jilted for that long, eventually you gonna turn on that hoe and be like, you know what, I'm gonna kill your ass, girl. I got tired of this shit. Okay, so I don't know. What do y'all think about this episode? I thought it was a good episode, but it's kind of like, oh my gosh, how is this gonna all end and culminate, you know, at the end of this episode, like the end of this show? I mean, how are they gonna tie this up? I really think that either Cyrus is gonna die or Jake is gonna die. Somebody has to die. Okay, we can't all just trot off into the sunset. I'll be mad if that happened. I don't want Liv and Fitz to go to Make Jam. I just want them to be together in DC like regular people, okay, and let her ass go to work. So, I don't know. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends, and I will holler at y'all next week for the last Scandal review. Peace.